The killing of leader of the MS503 gang in Mexico City suggests a rift between the gang's leadership and the splinter group known as MS503 has spread to the Mexican capital. Although it is unlikely to lead to the gang establishing a strong presence in the country. Carlos Humberto Rodriguez Burgos, aka Shy Boy, was shot dead on March 1st, 2018, as the taxi he was traveling in got stuck in traffic in Mexico City's Portales neighborhood. Though a relatively low-level gang member, Shy Boy had emerged as vocal spokesman and leader for the MS503, a separate faction of the MS13 that has decried the group's use of violence in El Salvador. The MS503, a reference to El Salvador's international telephone code, has repeatedly called on the MS13 to limit its use of violence against non-gang members and police, and to abandon the practices of extortion, rape, and kidnapping of civilians. The group has also called on the gang to refrain from involving itself in the country's politics or elections. Though the MS503 has not formally separated itself from the MS13, the group has been outspoken about wanting to disrupt the gang's historical leadership. Shy Boy began speaking out online after being released from an 18-year prison sentence in El Salvador's Zacatecoluca prison in late 2017. However, some MS13 members accused Shy Boy of being a police plant in what they say was an effort by authorities in El Salvador to foment a schism within the gang. The MS13 is currently active in Mexico, and a number of MS13 leaders were known to be operating in the country as recently as 2017. One MS13 leader was recently arrested in Tijuana for allegedly trying to set up a small international drug trafficking ring in the city. Reports also indicate that the MS13 has established a presence along the migrant routes in southern Mexico, but the professional hit on Shy Boy seemed more likely a direct response to his inflammatory rhetoric against the MS13 leadership. Moreover, it points to the gang's reach in Mexico City. It suggests that the feud between MS13 and the splinter group has reached Mexican soil. Still, Shy Boy's murder is unlikely to make major waves in Mexico. The MS13 is currently too weak to be a major player in the country's criminal landscape, which is dominated by powerful cartels. The MS13 is violent, but in order to expand internationally, you have to be much better organized and institutionalized. With the death of Shy Boy, it's unclear if there's a new leader of MS503 or if MS503 even exists anymore, as there's rumors that they were disbanded with the death of Shy Boy in Mexico. This civil war between MS13 versus MS503 started in El Salvador, but it seems to have ended in Mexico.